What would the fat man with the grey beard do if he came down the chimney? Well, I'd like for him to stay stuck in the chimney for a start. Can't imagine who I'm talking about. What would I like for THR in 2023? Good question. I think fundamentally the simplest thing I'd like is for people that don't actually have any skin in this game to just butt out. They don't need to interfere. There are an awful lot of people that seem to think that their entire reason for existence is to interfere in what other people do, and where there may be some places where that's justified. This isn't one of them. Dave Dawn, some time ago, put it quite succinctly: stop blocking the fire exit, guys. What do I think will happen? Well, one of the things that's going to happen in the UK is there will be, I'm pretty sure, changes around the legislation of nicotine pouches in the UK. Currently, they fall under the general sales regulations, so there's no age restriction, that sort of thing, which is, it's not a loophole, it's a unfortunate consequence of the very bad implementation of the TP, Article 20 of the TPD. Yet again, it was short-sighted. There we go. What else will come? Lots and lots more bad science and rubbish headlines of people claiming that they've seen a study when actually it's nothing more than a begging letter for funding for further research. What else will we see? Lots more disposables, sadly. Although a lot of the manufacturers are getting cleverer. They themselves are actually now twigging that that's not a sustainable business model, and actually, so I've noticed that Elf Bar, etc., have started releasing pod systems. Much better idea. Much better idea. And I'm fairly sure that we will see lots of fun in Panama at COP. I'm going to be there, and I know a lot of other people are as well. So it will be interesting to see if, for once, stakeholders will actually be allowed to attend. The oil companies are allowed to attend climate change meetings. Why aren't consumers allowed to attend the tobacco control COP? That doesn't make any sort of sense to me, and it smacks of groupthink. I think that's me for next year.
I'm lucky enough to live in the UK, which in terms of THR is probably one of the leading places, if not the leading place in the world. In terms of rest of political policy, political action, the UK is something of a skipfire. But THR has continued to be great here relative to other countries, and what I would like is for that to continue. Where I'd like us to get better, if we can, is particularly around people with mental health problems, people who use drugs, both populations that use large amounts of tobacco, smoked tobacco, and there is some work going on in those areas, but we could do a tremendous amount in that area, and it's a huge health win for those populations that should be relatively easy to achieve. So if I was to wish, in short, things to continue as they are, but us to get better in certain areas. Things will get better, things will get worse, things will get better, things will get worse. We will continue. That's the way it is. I've worked in harm reduction now for 30 years, and I've seen this. This isn't unique to tobacco harm reduction. And I think the phrase that I recently heard, stubborn optimism, we will win. This is sense, this is common sense. We will prevail. It just may take 5 years, it may take 10 years for this to become the orthodoxy, but it will.